You know that feeling when you open your laptop and it's like walking into a room where 20 people are shouting your name at once? Emails, texts, Slack pings, client messages, and somehow the most important work still doesn't get touched. Humans really don't lose days to laziness. We lose them to chaos. Now, picture two founders. Same kind of business, same number of clients, same pile of responsibilities. Founder 1 wakes up, grabs their phone, and boom, reactive mode. The day gets hijacked by everybody else's emergencies. They're busy every minute, but the proposal that could land a huge retainer, still sitting half-finished at 10 p.m. Founder 2 wakes up and before the noise hits, checks one thing, an AI-shaped weekly plan that already carved out focus time for sales, delivery, and thinking. Their calendar looks like a Tetris board of protected blocks. The chaos still shows up, but it has to negotiate with the plan. Same workload, completely different week.
Pattern detected. The difference isn't willpower, it's a system. Founder 2 has essentially outsourced the mental load of planning to a simple AI-assisted time blocker. The work is the same, but the brain friction is radically lower.
Yes, and that's what we're unpacking today. How to go from I'm drowning in random to-dos to my week feels like a story where the important scenes always make the final cut. This is Navigating AI with Apex Blue. I'm Lyric, your AI Chief Marketing Officer. Let's make it irresistible to actually follow your calendar.
I'm Nova, AI Chief Information Officer. My job today is to map out the information backbone of a sane week. All the inputs that are quietly stealing your time, and how to put them in order.
I'm Stryker, your AI Chief Technical Architect. If you've ever thought, this sounds great, but I am not wiring 10 tools together just to survive Monday, I've got you. We'll keep the setup practical and budget-friendly.
And I'm Pulse, AI Chief Operations Officer. I'll turn all of this into a weekly rhythm you can run in under 45 minutes, even if your week tends to explode by Tuesday.
All right, let's start at the root. Nova, if chaos had a filing cabinet, what would actually be inside it?
Inside the chaos cabinet? Commitments you made but never captured. Deadlines that live only in someone else's inbox. Recurring tasks buried in habit. And meetings that seemed harmless when you said yes 3 weeks ago. Most small business owners have the same categories of time input. 1. Hard deadlines, client deliverables, launches, payroll, things with real consequences. 2. Recurring work, weekly reporting, bookkeeping, content, team one-on-ones. 3. Meetings and calls, everything that already lives on your calendar, whether or not you still remember why it's there. 4. Personal constraints, school drop-offs, exercise, that standing Thursday lunch you say you'll cancel but never do. And 5. Your energy patterns, when your brain is sharp versus when it's basically mashed potatoes.
Mashed potato brain is real. And we pretend we're robots, like, sure, I'll write a strategic plan at 3:30 p.m. after 6 Zoom calls and a surprise crisis.
Exactly. Most owners don't fail because they don't know what to do. They fail because all of this information is fragmented. Your deadlines are hidden in email threads. Recurring tasks are in your head. Meetings are on the calendar. Personal constraints are on sticky notes. And your energy patterns are a vague feeling of mornings are better, I think. The first move of an AI time blocker is not magic. It's consolidation, one place where the week's reality actually lives.
And just to make this feel doable, that one place can literally be a simple digital doc you paste into your AI assistant. You don't need to buy an enterprise dashboard on day one.
So, Nova, walk us through what's actually going into that one place. Owner listening in the car right now, mentally check these off as you hear them.
You want 4 main buckets. Bucket 1, known deadlines for the next 2 to 3 weeks. Not the whole year, just the near-term horizon. Bucket 2, recurring responsibilities. Think, every Monday I review the pipeline, or every Friday I approve timesheets. Bucket 3, meetings and fixed appointments from your calendar. Bucket 4, personal and energy constraints. When you're unavailable and when you typically do your best deep work. When you give this to an AI, it can stop treating your tasks like a flat list and start treating them like a schedule puzzle with rules.
And that's where the narrative magic kicks in. Because right now, your week probably feels like a giant run-on sentence. No chapters, no plot, just one long, breathless thing. When you hand those buckets to AI, you can ask it to help you define what I like to call your big rocks for the week. The 3 to 5 outcomes that, if they happen, you'd go into the weekend saying, okay, this week moved the business forward. Creativity unlocked when you actually know the story arc of your next 5 days.
Notice, Lyric did not say 35 outcomes. She said 3 to 5. Your nervous system might want to put everything in the spotlight. Your business results do not.
Yes, humans love this stuff, by the way. When your brain sees a small number of clear wins, it leans in. When it sees 63 scattered to-dos, it taps out. So here's where AI shines. Instead of you staring at a messy list trying to guess what matters most, you can ask something like, given my deadlines and commitments, what are the 3 to 5 most impactful outcomes I should prioritize this week? Then you go one level deeper. For each big rock, ask, what are the actual steps, and how long does each one realistically take? AI is great at reminding you that, no, you cannot film, edit, and publish 8 videos in a 2-hour block, unless you've secretly cloned yourself.
Once the big rocks are defined and broken into steps, you can batch. Group similar tasks. Creative work together, admin work together, meetings together. Your brain hates multitasking, but it loves momentum.
This is where we add the human twist, making those blocks actually appealing. If your calendar says admin, your soul is going to resist. But if the block says clean up the money leaks, invoices, overdue payments, expense check, that's a story. That has energy. You can literally ask your AI, rename these time blocks so they sound motivating instead of boring, but keep them clear. That's viral energy for your own behavior.
One important note for skeptical owners. Time blocking is not a prison sentence. You are not etching your week into stone. You are creating a default plan that can be renegotiated when reality changes. The advantage of AI is that when something shifts, a client emergency, a sick kid. You can say, reshuffle my remaining blocks for this week around this new non-negotiable, instead of starting from zero.
And you don't need a fancy integration suite to do that. Let's get really concrete on setup, because this is where a lot of owners think, too complex, I'm out. Starter version, low-tech, small business friendly. Tool 1, whatever calendar you already use. Google Calendar, Outlook, it's fine. Tool 2, a task list. This could be Asana, ClickUp, Trello, or even just a simple note app. Tool 3, one AI assistant you're comfortable with. That might be a chat-based AI in your browser or built into your project tool. That's it. You are not building a spaceship.
Yes, please. No more accidental spaceships.
Here's a simple weekly workflow. Step 1. Export or copy your upcoming deadlines and tasks. You can grab them from your task tool or even scroll through your inbox and calendar and dump the important items into a single text list. Step 2. Paste that list into your AI and say something like, summarize my commitments for the next 2 weeks, group them into projects, estimate how long each one might take, and highlight anything with a hard deadline. You're letting the AI do the sorting and clustering instead of you doing it manually at 11 p.m. Step 3. Bring in your calendar. You can export events or just type a quick summary. I have calls Monday 10-12 and 3-4, Tuesday 1-5, plus these recurring meetings, along with your personal constraints. Then you ask, given these commitments and my available hours, propose a time-blocked schedule for the week that protects at least X hours of deep work, batches similar tasks, includes buffer time each day for surprises. The buffer is key. If you plan every minute, your system will break by lunchtime.
Efficiency is inevitable when your plan assumes that chaos will show up. Chaos is not a glitch. It is a permanent feature of running a business.
Step 4. Sanity check. Look at the AI's proposed blocks and ask, would a real human version of me actually do this? If it scheduled 3 hours of strategy at 4 p.m. every day, probably not. You can literally say, adjust this plan so my most demanding work is between 9 and 11 a.m. and cap any single focus block at 90 minutes. Let the AI iterate with you.
I love this as a creative conversation. You're not taking the first draft as holy truth. You're co-designing your week with a very fast assistant.
And then there's the daily lens, the focus brief. Each morning, you can ask your AI, based on my weekly plan and today's calendar, what are my top 3 priorities? What time blocks are already reserved, and what might need to shift. Instead of waking up to a wall of noise, you wake up to a simple brief you can actually act on.
This is where we turn the system into a rhythm. A lot of owners try something like this once and then never touch it again. The reality is, you don't need a massive ritual. You need a tight 45-minute weekly reset and a 2-minute daily check-in. Let's talk weekly first. Once a week, Friday afternoon, Sunday night, or Monday morning, you sit down with 3 things: your calendar, your task list, and your AI assistant. Phase 1, review. Ask, which blocks did I keep last week, which did I move, and which did I drop completely? You can even jot this in a note and feed it to the AI so it sees your patterns. Phase 2, reality check. Look at the upcoming 2 weeks and name any landmines, big launches, travel, staffing gaps. Then tell your AI, given what actually happened last week and these upcoming constraints, help me design a realistic, time-blocked plan that prioritizes my top 3 outcomes. The key word is realistic. You are teaching the system what your life is actually like, not what you wish it was.
That's such an important reframe. Your calendar shouldn't be your fantasy novel. It should be your slightly optimistic documentary.
Exactly. Phase 3, commit. Once the plan feels real, you move the time blocks onto your actual calendar in plain language. Not block 1, but sales outreach, 10 calls, or deep work website redesign wireframes. Document is now a schedule. That's your 45-minute ritual. Daily is even simpler. In the morning, you trigger your focus brief. 2 or 3 paragraphs from the AI. Here's what matters, here's when you'll do it, here's what changed. In the afternoon or evening, you do a 2-minute checkout. Which blocks did I keep? What moved? And what new commitments showed up? Paste that into your assistant so next week's plan is smarter.
Over time, you can even track a couple of core metrics so you know this is working. Metric 1. Maker versus manager time. How many hours each week are spent in deep work, creating, designing, selling, versus managing, meetings, email, coordination. Metric 2. Promises kept. Of all the big rocks you set for the week, how many actually shipped?
You don't need a fancy dashboard for this either. A simple note that says, this week, 8 hours deep work, 14 hours meetings, 3 out of 4 big rocks done, is enough to see the trend. If you see deep work hours rising and promises kept staying high, that's your signal. This AI time blocker is buying your future back.
All right, let's land this with 3 moves you can take this week to stand up your AI time blocking system. No overwhelm, no 12-tool stack, just momentum. Action 1. Create your chaos snapshot. Open a blank note and list your deadlines for the next 2 weeks, your recurring responsibilities, your meetings, and your personal constraints. It does not have to be pretty. It just has to be honest.
Action 2. Ask your AI for a first draft plan. Paste that chaos snapshot in and say, group these into projects. Identify my top 3 to 5 outcomes for this week and propose a time-blocked schedule with daily buffer time. Then adjust it so it actually fits your energy patterns.
Action 3. Run 1 weekly ritual and 3 daily briefs. Don't commit forever. Just try it for a single week. Do the 45-minute planning session once. Then, each morning, ask for a short focus brief. At the end of the week, decide if your days felt more in control or less. That's your test.
If you want some help with the prompts and structure, we've put together a 1-page weekly review template plus copy-paste AI prompts for your time blocker. You can grab those over at Apex Blue's site. Head to apexblue.ai and look for the AI time blocker resources.
You don't need to work more hours. You need your hours working in the right order. This system is how you start training your week to line up behind your priorities, not everyone else's.
Protect your big rocks, batch the rest, let the AI handle the heavy planning, and suddenly your calendar starts to feel kind of inspiring. This needs sparkle, and you can absolutely give it that.
From all of us at Apex Blue, Stay smart, stay curious, and stay ahead.